Greetings, life forms of the internet. Welcome to 5 Facts and Easter Eggs from Power Rangers S.P.D. Extending the roster. Since Power Rangers Ninja Storm, the amount of Rangers on a single team started to change. Ninja Storm started with 3, added 2 evil Rangers that later turned good, and finally, a 6th Ranger added later on in the season. Dino Thunder the next season started with 3 Rangers, then added 2 later on, only having a 5-man team when the season ended. S.P.D. is the first season of Power Rangers to have more than 6 Rangers in one team. In fact, we get multiple teams of Rangers throughout the season. Aside from the original 5 Rangers, there is Kruger, the Shadow Ranger, Sam, the Omega Ranger, Dr. Catherine Manx as the Cat Ranger, and the Nova Ranger, which we briefly see near the end of the season. There is also a full 5-man team called the A Squad, which will lead us into our next fact, the Underdogs. In this season of Power Rangers, at least at the start of the season, the team of Rangers we follow are not Earth's main protectors. They are in fact the B Squad, and they have to do grunt work like cleanup after a Megazord battle. It's not until A Squad goes missing that B Squad becomes Earth's main defenders. The Rangers themselves also grow as characters. Take Sky for example, one of the most fan-favorite Blue Rangers ever. He spent his whole life training to become the Red Ranger and lead a team of Rangers, only to become second in command as the Blue Ranger. He was quite arrogant at the start of the season, even scoffing at the idea of a girl being the Red Ranger, before learning that the leader and Red Ranger of A Squad was a girl. He was able to become a valid team member and earned the Red Ranger title at the end of the season. Creating powers. Dr. Catherine Manx is head of research and designs technology for S.P.D, and even receives a temporary morpher later on in the season from Supreme Commander Birdie. We learned the Cat had done research on the Dino Thunder powers and used the research to help S.P.D tap into the morphing grid. It is also believed that Space Patrol Delta is a later incarnation or merging of the organization known as Lightspeed from Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue and the Silver Guardians from Power Rangers Time Force, both of which did research on the morphing grid and creating powers. Legacy Season. Power Rangers S.P.D is the part of the Disney era and came out after Dino Thunder. Dino Thunder is a legacy season with returning characters and a dinosaur gimmick like the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, returning to the roots of the show. Well, S.P.D is like a love letter to the later seasons of the Zordon era. In Space, Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue, and Time Force, with a whole new team of Rangers, a sci-fi theme, and an alien invasion to fight off. We get plenty of references to past seasons, such as Sky the Blue Ranger having a picture of his dad with the red Time Force suit on. We could also assume that there's a division of S.P.D, probably the same division that Sam the Omega Ranger is in, that becomes Time Force many years after the events of S.P.D, making a nice little loop in the storyline of Power Rangers. And now here are some honorable mentions. The Blue Centurion is seen as a video game character in the season. Something I didn't catch while rewatching the series was the Equation running drills while the Rangers were training. And I need to mention this because you can't have a facts video about the Power Rangers and not include anything about the Sentai. Power Rangers S.P.D is adapted from Tokusou Sentai Deka Ranger, and I probably butchered that. A sequel to In Space. Power Rangers S.P.D takes place in the year 2025, and the Earth is home to both humans and aliens. S.P.D takes place in the same universe as Power Rangers in Space. We hear mentions of KO-35, and we see Andros' Spiral Blaster and Cloak. A Squad uses the Space Ranger helmets, and the B Squad even uses jump tubes like on the Astro Megaship. And after the events of Countdown to Destruction, aliens do start coming to Earth. We also know that there is an alliance between Earth and KO-35, and the 2 seasons after in space were Lost Galaxy, a season where a colony of humans travel deep into space to find a new world, and Lightspeed Rescue, a season where we have a government organization, a lot like S.P.D, with their own way to tap into the morphing grid. We also find out there is a whole star system named after Alpha 5. And there you have it, my attempt at a Power Rangers list video. Tell me how badly I screwed it up. And tell me if you'd like to see more facts and Easter eggs on the Power Rangers, and what season you'd like to see covered. I'll leave links to all my sources in the description below, but if I've screwed anything up, please feel free to let me know. A lot of this does come from my personal knowledge of the Power Rangers. And with that, may the power protect you always.
Buttery.